I don't know about you guys, but I love Scooby Doo. Me and my brother would watch it all the time in the 90s, in the early 2000s. It was our go-to cartoon. It was just the best, and that's probably where a lot of my love for spooky stuff came from and started from. But if I were to make a crochet blanket inspired by Scooby Doo, this is how I would do it. I would obviously have to use my lazy wavy blanket pattern. It's got the perfect amount of a little bit of groovy and the ability to color change each row, which is exactly what I would do in order to have all of the characters represented in those color changes. I would do 2 colors per character, giving us 10 different colors to work with. And I'm going to show you how I break that down by each character in the show. Let's start with Fred. Obviously, we're going to use Bernat Blanket white. His shirt is mainly white, and then he's also got some blue. So this is Bernat Blanket dark teal. This is the closest I could get without being too light or too dark. I think this would be my best bet for Fred. Velma is always in her red skirt, a little orangey kind of top. Now I don't have the perfect orange for her, but for her top we're going to do this Premier Basics yarn in Rust. I think that's pretty close. This Bernat baby blanket in Race Car Red. Those are the 2 I would go with for her. Daphne was pretty easy to pick for. The majority of her dress I would do Bernat Blanket Brights in the color Pow Purple. Sometimes the trim on her dress is this lighter color. So this one is Bernat Blanket Shadow Purple. And I think together that's just so obviously Daphne. Next up is Shaggy, and this is a little bit harder for me to pick because I would try to pick colors that I have enough of in my stash. If I were to do what I think would look best, I would do Bernat Blanket Moss and then Bernat Blanket Crimson. I think together, like, it's just so obviously Shaggy based on his shirt and his pants. As for Scooby, super simple with the Premier Basics in the color Caramel. And to add a secondary color to him, obviously we have to go with his collar. It's so iconic. And for that one, we're going to use Misty Jungle Green. The picture of that looks a little bit different, but I can assure you it does come in this more teal looking color. I'm not really sure why they call it green, but it is giving more blue to me. So I think these 2 together are perfect for Scooby. So I'm going to swatch up the order that I would do this blanket in. And then before I even commit to another blanket pattern, you guys can tell me if I should really bring this to fruition or not. This is what my gauge swatch is looking like. I might play around with the color placement. I did want to keep the character colors together, so Daphne, Scooby, Shaggy, Fred, and Velma. However, I do think for Fred's blue color, I do want to find something a little bit lighter. I feel like these blues in my stash are maybe just too light. What do you guys think? Should I try to make a full-on Scooby Doo blanket? Should I switch some of the colors around? What colors would you do? Let me know.